Hey, friends. Thank you, Journey, so well that you said yay at 1 in the morning. But I didn't go live until now. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. All right, can hear me. And we're working on Instagram. Yay. Oh, my goodness. Hi, friends. How are you? Um, I'm doing well. Busy week. All my kids under 20 are at camp, and my 20-year-old's just working. But yeah, so 3 kids at camp, so running around like crazy, sharing rides with a neighbor. So it's going to be a week, but that's good. I can't believe it's August. Happy August, friends. And check out these beautiful earrings. So some of my art students who graduated this year made these for me. And when they get a website and stuff, I will let you know. I'll share that with you guys. And you can get some beautiful, they have beautiful art, crochet stuff. So proud of them. They're beautiful artists. Couple things. Make sure you check out this month's what's happening. I had a paint and sip last weekend, so I posted late to Facebook. So I'm sorry about that. My next paint and sip will be in September. Still ironing out that date, maybe the 6th or 13th at Buzz Cafe. So in Bellefonte. So I'd love for you to come join me. Let's see, I go back to work in September, just teaching art part-time, so I'll still be here. But what I'm looking for is, I feel like this 10 o'clock time, it works for me, but not so much for people to watch me live. Which is fine. So I put a poll up on YouTube and Facebook. So if you can head over to one of those polls and let me know what's a better time on Monday, that would be awesome. Does 10, 11, 1, or 7 work for you, or is there a different time? I think I want to keep it to Mondays. I like doing Mondays, and I have the rest of the week to do other things. But just looking for the best time when I can catch as many people as possible to do live. And we're going to flip our schedule a little. I know I put it out there. This week was supposed to be a journaling project, but I am behind on making my Potomac beads from July. So we're going to go ahead and do our design on the fly today live with my Potomac beads. Yeah, so I think that's all I had. You can see behind me some of the artwork from my summer. Yeah, had a lot of fun with the social easel. No worries, Terry. Oh, the paintings and my beads. That's what I was just talking about, my paintings that I did this summer, and my hydrangea, and then a messy flowers, and a sunset, and a lemon. And then there's a flower. I can't even do it the right way. But yeah. So Terry, if you have a chance, I put out either on Facebook or YouTube. I see you're on YouTube in the post section. Oh. Terry says, no, I meant behind on project is any other. No, I'm always behind. But I'm showing off my earrings that some of my students made for me. They graduated with my daughter. They do crocheting like my daughter does, and they made me these fun earrings. I wanted watermelon earrings. Anyways, yes, so I'm behind on my Potomac beads box. So we're gonna, we'll do a live journaling project next week. This week we're gonna do the beading project because I have to get my July one into them, and yeah, I'm a little behind. So sorry, Potomac beads. Sorry, my friends out there. Anyways, yeah. So let's switch cameras. Let me get this set up before I try and switch you, or all you'll see is black. But it gets in the way, like it's right here when I'm on one camera. Does someone mess with my camera? I don't think so. All right. Oh, that fell. There we go. Hopefully that's in the right spot. Oh, yes. Yes, please. I do have a Potomac Beads referral link. I am an ambassador for them. So yes. So this is the July box. I'll flip my camera around and then you can see what we got going on here. All right, let's make sure you can see me okay. Awesome. So they have they have their own beading thread. I don't have it in front of me. I do have it, Fire Lion or something like that. So they do, Potomac does have one like this, Wildfire. So it's the same thing. It's just their own brand. This is a mini jewel loom. I thought we could make earrings. And then this is, I just posted, it's going to go live tomorrow morning, the unboxing of this beautiful box. So if you want to see everything that's available, I think you can still buy the July box, so the July box is very colorful, lots and lots of colorfuls. And then I think I need to go higher. That'll allow us to see more here. Go. Yeah, there we go. Others use my desk and stuff, and things get moved around. Yeah. So you can go tomorrow morning. My unboxing of the July box will go live, so you could go watch that tomorrow and see everything that's available. I have to grab my pliers. So really the only additional things that you will need is a form of a loom, so some kind of loom. I also am a ambassador for Jewel Loom, so you can find that link and get your loom that way. Let's see, but we are going, so with that, we're going to make earrings. So that's why I'm using the mini loom. So this one is not flexible or bendable. It's just one piece of plastic. But her other looms, her original loom is bendable. And then she has lots of beautiful wood looms. But anyways, we are going to use our beautiful Potomac beads today. And we're going to design on the fly here. We're just coming up. So you want to double knot that on the back. That's what these little knobby things are for. Then you come around to the front. I think we're going to do 4 openings. So just pick somewhere to start. And you want to put them in the slots as close to matching as possible. And you want to hold that tension. So the thing between this and the original jewel loom, will help hold your tension. This one you have to create the tension. So wrap it around the back. 2 wraps helps hold it in place. And I'm just going to put 1 space in between. Now, I don't know if Terry, if you heard, but I'm trying to figure out the best time to go live. Let's see. That should be wide enough. That should be wide enough for most of my beads. So same thing. You just keep going back and forth. So if I want 4 openings, I know her looms are divine. I agree, Terry. Then you want to do 1 more than the spaces that you want. So since I want 4 spaces, I'm going to do 5 times around. So I just keep wrapping it around the knob, come back up, skip a line. I don't know if you can see that. I skip a space. Yep. And then go back, wrap twice. So we have 3 openings now, so I want to do 5 times through. No. There it is. Skip a space. Skip a space. Wrap it around and hold it there. Wrap it around a couple times. Now, the thing with any of these beading, Wildfire, Fireline, whatever you're using, whichever brand, you want to get good cutters because they will ruin. You want nice, very sharp cutters. So, and the thing is trying to hold the tension when you're tying it. So I like to go underneath some of the strings, create a loop. And the nice thing about all of these companies, their beading wire, it's pretty stiff. So it's easy to manipulate and tie with. And as you can see, I don't need to do too much. It's easy to slide through if I have an opening and pop out back here. All right. Oops. That one got loose somehow. There we go. Must not have tied it well enough over here. I did knot it. There we go. Hopefully that'll be good. I should have chose a different color so you guys can see. All right. But it matches the loom. Oh my goodness. Yes. All right. So yes, some form of beading thread. So this it's a thermally bonded beading thread. So yeah, one of those. They do have it at Potomac Beads. If you want to add that to your list, Terry, or if you already have some, probably. They have some really fun, like laser cut stars in this box that I'm going to make some cute little danglies with. So many beautiful colors. You'll have to go watch the video. But I think we're going to use, today, we're going to use the check bicones. And I love how this has trouble focusing when there's everything. There we go. Trying to block everything on my table. All kinds of beautiful bead mix. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. And then this really beautiful opaque purple. And we'll come up with something. You will need a jewel loom needle, which obviously I should have right here. You know, you'd think I'd be ready. Ah. Oh my goodness. So you're probably like, why a jewel loom needle? Why? Mine are a mess. But I tend to, if the thread is long enough, keep it still on the needle. So that one is not. Not sure why I kept that one. But so then it becomes a tangled mess. So we might not worry about this tangled mess, or maybe we will. This one has a little bit. I think this one might be longer. That's creating a knot, so we won't go there. So the thing with the jewel loom needle, like, why a jewel loom needle? And I'm making a mess over here. Okay, let me grab. It's always on your lives that you make a mess, right? All right, so you go back and you get some more. I don't like to waste. That's why I have so many crazy strings. I would say probably a wingspan worth of your wildfire. You probably won't need that much, but we'll just get that much just to be safe. These are Zuron. These are amazing beading thread cutters. Usually, yep. I mean, I don't know how much I've cut. I wouldn't use this on your like heavy wire or anything, but they are beautiful cutters for everything else. Let's get that out of the way because that's a disaster. Another hint for threading a needle is, you know, grab some pliers and take the tip and flatten out the tip. And did I put my my needle in the box. After all that, right? Threw it in there with everything else. All right. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? All right. So, yes, the Xuron thread cutter. Oh my goodness, Terry, I am not an ambassador for them, but I am all for their thread cutter. Amazing. Like I don't even know how long I've had it, and it still is good. Still is really sharp. So see, by flattening out the end, it makes it easier to thread the needle. And then, oh, and these handy needle containers fit jewel loom needles, so not all of them do. Trish and I got these at Hobby Lobby. Don't know if they still sell them, but that's where we got them. So you want to take your thread and come down onto your loom, and you're going to knot it off. You can bring it pretty close to the top because I did wrap extra around the knobs on the back. If you remember, I wrapped around twice each time to hold tension. That's something I learned when working on the wood loom, that helps hold the tension, is to wrap it around twice. So yes, you use a little more thread, but you want good tension. And then why jewel loom needles? They're longer. So like if I was doing a bigger project, see how that fills up the whole loom? Yes, I agree, Terry. Everything Xuron makes is quite nice. Yeah, Trish got me hooked on these. Oh my goodness. But I will be recording and putting out the August video for Potomac beads here next week for the August box, and that's a pretty one too, but very different from this one. This one's got lots and lots of color. All right, so how about, so that means we have 4 spaces, so I'm going to pick up 4 of my seed beads. Okay, I tied off my string with a knot. 2, 3, 4. So yeah, since we're making earrings, I'm going to try to make both of them on here. So you want it to be up pretty close to the top. Another reason to do the extra thread. It helps you tie it off later. And no, I didn't plan this out. I'm just kind of designing on the fly, but those are all the things I know. So you can do it. So you're going to go underneath first. You're going to have all the beads go into the holes. Now here's the kicker. Here's the important part, is that you thread over the top. So you need to make sure you're going to drop a bead if you don't. Every one of the beads are on top now. And you can, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can look through in between the beads and I can see if my needle is on top or below the thread, because I can see the needle. And then you pull back through. All right, so there's row number 1. Now we're going to pick up 4 more. And I'd like to hold it in there. I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. That first row is the doozy. That's the hardest one. But once you get that first row in, it gives you something to push up against and hold against. And once again, just see if you can look in there. Make sure your needle is all on top or you'll lose a bead. And so you're kind of, what you're doing is you're wrapping your thread around so it'll hold the beads in place. All right, moving on. Let's see. So now the question becomes, do I make this mixed? I think so, because these are just so pretty. So let's see, we'll do 4 beads. Let's do a blue. We'll do one of these purpley AB ones. Let's do a yellow. Go hog wild there. And what other color do we want to do? How about this goldish? How's that look? Okay, so same thing, all the way down. I'm thinking we'll do 4 rows of the colored beads, but we'll see. As I said, I'm designing on the fly here. You're probably like, why are you designing on the fly? I like it. So another way you can do it is just, you got to get the beads all. So go underneath first, get all the beads lined up. So these are slightly bigger, but that's okay. It'll push it apart a little, and that's okay. Make sure your needle is on top for all of them. Yep. Or you'll drop a bead, as I said, and then you pull. Remember, so underneath and over top. So you're just wrapping around the beads, wrapping the beads onto the onto the thread. All right, so there's our first row. So now we'll do different colors. How about this coral salmon color? That's a pretty one. How about this kind of Picasso green one? Do a black. And how about this lavender? Oh, I thought there was a new message from you there, Terry. Yeah, as I mentioned before, if you can look on YouTube and Facebook, I've posted a poll. I'm just trying to figure out, as fall approaches in September, starting a new live time where it seems more people can come. I really appreciate all of you that come at 10 o'clock, but looks like I got them all. But I want to make sure I go at a time when lots of people can do it, you know? All right. There we go. Now it's focusing on it. Maybe I'll just do 2 and do 2 more purple. Yeah, because I'm going to put some dingle dangles on this thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. There's some really cool dagger beads that came with these earrings. Oops, sorry, folks. Did not mean to bump you. So remember, go underneath first. You can also, you don't have to bead at the top. You can bead, like I know that Trish at Pink Poodle likes to bead from the bottom up. So you certainly can do it either way. Trish is still around. She's working a lot at her job at the bank, but I'm pretty sure she's still doing some videos. Not as much as she used to, but she's still around. So make sure you go check out what she's up to. And Queen Beaters is still around. We're not as active, just with her working. But yeah. Oops. So picking up my 4, and we'll finish this first part. Remember underneath, and now I'm going to go across the top. You can also make bracelets on these, on the baby jewel loom. All right, I'm going to go in here and knot it off because that's the end of this earring, and then I'll make the second earring. So I just went in, I went in between the beads, made a loop, and now you could probably do half a wingspan. I think I got too much thread. That's okay. Better. If you're a beginner, I would get less because I'm getting caught on everything as I'm walking around here. I'm just tying a double knot. My friends on Instagram. Hi, everybody. So happy you're here. All right. So we double knotted that. All right. Now, so we can trim that. We'll come back and add glue later. And we're just going to go a little bit down. Make sure we have enough. I think we do. These earrings aren't as big as I thought they would be, and that's okay. I'm making some medium-sized earrings. We're going to add some dingle dangles after we take them off the loom. So tie a double knot, and once again, we're going to pick up 4 purple. I love this purple. It's just divine. So you can either have them drop all the way down, but make sure you go under your loom first so it'll flip my knot around. And then you push them up and then go across the top. Make sure you're on top of all the threads. That's the special part. Get your cutters out of the way. Oh man. It is Monday, right? Oh my goodness. So 2 rows of purple. Looming is very meditative too. Just very calming, meditative, just the back and forth. It's kind of a rhythm once you get to know it. So I think I'm just gonna still make my earrings mismatched. So we're gonna do this pale gold color, and there's this blue with some AB on it. Almost looks like turquoise. Let's see what other colors. I haven't done this reddish one yet. And I haven't done any of the clear ones. I'll do that. And slide them all down. Go, remember, start underneath. Push them up in between. Should feel pretty snug because they're slightly bigger than the seed beads. The seed beads are 8/0s, if that helps you. And then the bicones, they're, what are they, 3mm? 3 or, I don't think they're 4mm. Where's the baggie? Yeah, 3. That's what I thought. And then pull through. All right, one more row of our bicones. Let's see, we'll do this see-through teal. What else haven't we done? There's like this, so many beautiful ones. Have we done this dark purple? Maybe. Let's see. Got a pretty blue. Got deep blue. There's really pale lavender, pink. What else? I did gold. So many pretty colors in here. Trying to make sure I have a variety. I don't think we've done this blue. No, that was the first one we did. I did a black. There's silver. I don't see silver. Shouldn't be so hard, right? I'm going to do this reddish purple. More of a mauvey. All right, going underneath. Slide it up into our holes. Hey friends, thanks for everybody joining in. I really appreciate you. Making some earrings on a baby loom for those who are just joining us. Go underneath and then come back around and go through the top. Make sure your needle is going over top of all your beading thread. Yeah, and I think half a windspan would be fine, because I got plenty left. Now we're going to do our 2 rows of seed beads. All right, I'm going to slide this down a little because I want to hang beads. I think I can still use some of the waft. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I had to think about those words. Go underneath, pull all your beads down, line them up in the holes, and then go over top, making sure your needle goes on top of all your threads. All right, I'm going to tie that off. So I just kind of get in between the 2 beads, create a loop, and knot it off. And I will burn those down and glue them and get them out of the way so you won't notice them as much. So 2 knots. All right, there we go, friends. All right, so now we're going to cut this off the loom. Now make sure you're holding your work so that it doesn't go flying. I'm trying to get in there and cut mostly just the knot. See how that goes. All right. And then the other side should be easier to get off. Mostly unwinds. And then just cut that last one. All right. All right, so these are going to be our earrings. So I am going to one dingle dangle, so we'll cut closer to the top of that one. All right. So first, I could have pulled that down. There's different ways you can do this. I could have pulled them down and then they hit the loops, but I'll show that another time. I am just gonna go across the top and knot this all down. so the beads don't come off. All kinds of different ways you can do this. Tying knots with my arthritic. This is why I don't do as much jewelry anymore, because my hands are arthritic and don't always function to do what I need them to do. So bear with me as I do this. What is everybody up to this week? What are you creating, friends? I see several of you over following me on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me. I do have a very fun, very friendly group over on Facebook, and would love for you guys to come join me. Everybody there is so kind and so nice. Overly friendly. I love it. I love it. When new people join, everybody's saying hi. Yeah. We have fun over there, sharing what we're up to, what we did over the weekend, that kind of stuff. And the beads are sliding a little, but I will fix that in a sec. All right. No, not this side. And then we'll add our tingle tangles, hopefully. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like a hot mess too, Terry. But that's awesome. You want to try and get something going on the loom this week. I love looming. I love Jules. She's so sweet. Go check her out. She's got some awesome beads and awesome looms, and Potomac, which I'm sharing with you today. This is the Treasure Edition subscription box, and they pack it full of so many beautiful, unique beads. They're very generous. So thank you, Potomac. I really appreciate you. All right, we're almost done there. All right. So what I was thinking, I'm not sure if it'll work. They came with, where'd they go? These really cool dagger beads. So that's what I was hoping to dangle off the bottom here. So now I'm just trying to think the best way to do it. Because we're designing on the fly, right, friends? All right, we'll do one. The nice thing about this thread is it's stiff enough. I can just throw on a bead. We'll do one of those, trying to blend everything in. Maybe one of these bicones. And then we'll do the dagger. And then I have to get all these other threads out of the way. Definitely not the greatest choice for my fingers, but that's okay. Then I can go back through, not back through the dagger. You want just that. I'm going to go back around the dagger. That's what's going to make it dingle dangle. And then back up through the beads this way. And then pull it. And hopefully I have enough to tie it off here. I think I do. Not sure how this will look. That's why it's a design on the fly, right? We're seeing if we can do what we're thinking in our heads. It challenges me. It helps me by challenging myself to make something on the fly. So I'm just taking one of the other warps threads and just pulling it all together and knotting it off. Where'd that end go? This one or this one? It's this one. Oh boy. Sorry, you can't see much. Ooh, Daniel Wicks has started offering a project kit. Oh, that's so fun. Daniel Wicks has some beautiful pieces. That's awesome. I'm excited to hear that. That's great. Oh, Terry, I can't wait. You'll have to tell me how it is. I'll have to go look for that. That sounds really cool. All right. Looks like we've got that one. Now we're going to move on to the middle one. There's like a big gap in the middle here. Not sure why. But I don't want to do that. I want to, what do I want to do? I'm going to come under. That'll help it hang there. I feel like I also like to do beading live because it helps. No, you all learn the process too. She is crazy creative. I know. What is that all about? I don't need a knot. You're right. She does. So I might want to do just, my fingers are just not working. So I may only do one of these live and then just show the picture later. Let's see. I'll do a different color this time. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get it done. My fingers will work for me. That and our dagger. I mean, another way you can finish these off is having ribbon ends around it and glue, and then do a ribbon clamp. It's often how I finish my loom earrings, or my loom pieces with like this. There we go. Having trouble getting it to go in. And once again, don't go back through the dagger bead, but go around and come up through back up through these other beads. 1. Two. Come on. It's there. I just can't grab it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Sorry, my fingers are definitely not working this morning, so I apologize. I keep going lower and lower. Thank you. I know there's so many beautiful boxes out there that different companies have. I know. It's crazy. Different. I wish my hands worked better, but oh well. It is what it is, right? Hey, finally. Got one. One square knot. Move on to number 2 square knot. All these other strings in my way. I apologize, I'm not holding it up more. I'll hold it up in a sec after I get this second square knot. It's easier if it's laying on the table for my hands. So why did I pick a knotting? Because in my mind, I can still do these things. And then I get them on the table and I can't. So I apologize. Bigger art is my friend right now. There it is. Yay. That looks like a hot mess. And that's, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to not have it perfect. All right, I want to put one more dagger on here. That's what we've got so far. I'm going to add one more dagger. I love these colors. Oh my goodness. This was all Potomac. I know. It is crazy. It is hard to decide. I like all of the Potomac bead boxes. They're all just to die for as well. Terry mentioned they have 3. So this is the Treasure Edition. Yeah, this one is. Right? I'll tell you exactly. Yeah, treasure box. This one was, so if you look, they might have it posted, the Colorful Carnival, to get if there's any extras. That's the one this one is. All right, we got 1 seed bead, 1 bicone, and a dagger bead. This string's a little longer, so hopefully I can tie this one off a little better. Remember, go through the dagger and around and then back through the other 2, but not the dagger, because you want the dagger to dangle down. It's a top drilled bead. Yeah, I have to get through the other purple, and then I can pull it all together and knot it off. Maybe. All right. I will have to give my fingers a rest and share with you guys the rest of the earrings, the second earring later, because my fingers are just not working today. I apologize. One of the reasons I don't do as much beading is right here. All right, knot this off. But in the treasure box that I'm working with, oh, that's going to look so cool when it's finally done and all the strings are out of the way. See how fun that is, adding those daggers. And then what I'm going to do on the top is I'm going to get a piece of ribbon. I have to take a break. I'm sorry, friends. But I'm going to get a piece of ribbon for the top. And I will well, I might be able to do that part. It's not as intensive as the knotting. So you just need a scrap piece of ribbon. You don't need anything fancy. And what you'll do is you'll come in, you'll trim up all this. Okay. Well, you can trim up these bottom ones. Get them out of the way. Look a little better. I guess I could have done a different color across that bottom there. Like a different color bead. But I will to figure out how to make that look prettier. So I'm going to trim this up, and then you'll wrap that around. Need some glue. So you can use E6000 or dab a little on all the knots. Remember, don't squeeze. Just let it kind of come out on its own. Kind of take the scrap ribbon, wrap it around your threads there, and we'll trim that up later because we're just using that to help us hold everything. We're not all right, so we're going to let that dry. Okay, and I will finish these up and post a picture, but I can tell you, we'll put that ribbon across there, then you get a ribbon clamp. They do. I love your comment, Terry. Terry, you crack me up. They do. Projects get sassy. My hands get sassy. I didn't realize my hands would be so tired from all that. But so I'll get a ribbon clamp and clamp it on the top there. And then I can hang my earring stuff from there. And then I'll clean up this bottom somehow, make that look prettier. And I will post a picture. as soon as they're done. Okay, friends, but my hands are not working anymore, so I apologize. I can't finish them for you, but I think they're gonna look fun. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might do something there to make that look prettier. I don't know. Anyways, flip camera around here. But thank you, everyone who joined us this morning. It's so great to see you all. Thank you, Terry, for all your comments. And yeah, and I will post in the posting area of YouTube. I will put a picture with the video, and I'll post it on Instagram and in my Facebook group and everything. Thank you, Terry. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to figure out something for my hands. I don't do a lot of tiny things because of that. I don't know if it's age or it's the breast cancer medication. So like I take some kind of chemo drug to keep things at bay. I'm still in remission. But it causes joint pain and all that, or it's the perimenopause, women of a certain age. It could be any number of things. But anyways, thanks for joining me. I will share a picture soon. It was great to see everybody. I hope you have a great week. Next week, we flipped. Next week, we will do our journaling project. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I didn't. Uh, okay. Thank you, Terry, for sharing that. I would love to see that. Yeah. I gotta go find my arthritis gloves. I have ones I can put on my hands that help too. I just don't. My daughter always steals them. She has trouble with her hands. But anyways, thank you, and I will see you guys next week. We'll be working in our journal, so make sure you grab your journals next week, and I will see you then. Tomorrow, my unboxing will go live, and then next week will be the August unboxing, and then a design on the fly at some point. All right. Have a great week, guys. I have two screens. I have YouTube here and Instagram over here. So looking at everybody. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks, Terry, and all my friends out there. I will see you next week. Bye, friends.